That's it. I'm here with Colonel Tony Singer, who's the chairman of the organising committee for the 2010 Dragon South Coast Championship and Edinburgh Cup, supported by Aberdeen Asset Management. We're on the final day here of the South Coast Championship. Tony, how do you feel the regatta has gone?
It's gone extremely well, thank you, Fiona. We've been blessed by the most wonderful weather, reminiscent of the Caribbean. Indeed, including some Caribbean, some soft rain this morning, which surprised everybody. But the winds have been good. They've been on the lighter side, but as the sea breeze pulled in during the afternoon, we've had to sort of put some of our oilskins on, and some water has come across the deck. I think the racing's been extremely fair, very well run. We brought in Rob Lamb, who's an international race officer, with his team, and the race has been very fair. And I can only say, one of the reasons I can say that is that on most races there is a different winner. And I think that suggests how very competitive our fleet. We've had 27 boats racing, about 4 or 5 nations, and we're just so thrilled that after many years of only a few dragons being down here in Cowes, we've got such a wonderful fleet. And yesterday, unfortunately, in one race I was right at the back and I could see all these wonderful spinnakers going down, and I felt really so proud to be part of that. So no, I'm delighted, and I think that everybody has been very flattering and said how nicely it's being organised. So I'm
Certainly one of the things that a number of people have commented on is not only have we achieved good racing on the water, but that we've had a good social programme ashore already. Tell us a little bit about your approach to planning that social programme.
When I was asked back in August last year to be the chairman, I was very clear in what I wanted to achieve, and that was actually to show visitors what a wonderful place Cowes is to sail. And in a lot of places, of course, there's one yacht club and everyone goes in and out. In Cowes, we're blessed with 5 yacht clubs. Some people see that as a disadvantage, actually. I think it's a great strength. And I wanted to run it as a Cowes competition, and therefore we would socialise at each of the yacht clubs every night. Because some people have had a weight problem, there hasn't been quite as much socialising, but I know that the yacht clubs have been thrilled to see the competitors come and join and find out what's going on in the Dragon fleet. But I also think it's fair in this day and age that the money is spread generally up and down the high street with the yacht clubs. And they've been very grateful. And it's rather fun. All the clubs are different. They all have a different style. And I like clubs, and so it's rather fun to go into each of them in turn and see what they've got to offer. However, after racing, the local club to the Yacht Haven has been the Cowes Corinthian, and they've been very supportive. And after racing, we've been going there and having drinks and talking about how badly or well we did. And then we ran our prize giving, our daily prize giving, part of which was a draw for some little extra prizes, which some of our minor sponsors, local sponsors, have given some goodies. And so actually we're feeling very well loved by Cowes as a result. The mayor was very enthused with his council to help and draw all these people, and they recognised the importance of encouraging international yachtsmen to come to Cowes. And so regattas like Dragons, which can attract those people, are very important to Cowes Town. And so the mayor's been very supportive, and indeed he's coming to our major drinks at the Sir Max Aitken Museum tomorrow evening.
Terrific. Well, tonight we're going to be enjoying the South Coast Championship prize-giving dinner and also a welcome reception for the forthcoming Edinburgh Cup here at our host club, the Royal Corinthian. What were the factors that helped you make your decision in choosing the Royal Corinthian as the club to handle the race management of this regatta?
Well, the Royal Corinthian Yacht Club here in Cowes is very experienced at running major international regattas. And so there is that. Second, they ran our South Coast Championship last year very successfully. And having worked with them, we did offer it to them first. I don't think really the club got a look at it. That's slightly unfair. 1 or 2 did suggest it, but they weren't able to offer the depth of experience and infrastructure that the Royal Corinthian here in Cowes does so very well. It's a little bit up from the Yacht Haven, but we have a great view, lots of space, good bar, and also, importantly, a dedicated room that we could use as our own race office, where we can have registration and weigh-ins, and also a good briefing room. So the infrastructure here experience in running international regattas, is what sold it to us.
As we mentioned previously, we're just about to begin the Edinburgh Cup, which is the Open British Championship for the Dragon class. We have some additional competitors for that. Looking ahead to the Edinburgh Cup, what are you hoping for from that event, Tony?
Well, I'm just thrilled. I mean, we've got 7 nations coming, and I think that is quite unusual in recent days. And indeed, one of them is it'll be the first dragon sailing under the Japanese flag. And so I'm sure that His Royal Highness as the donor, which made it very clear that this was an open competition for international yachtsmen in open waters, will be thrilled when I report that to him. When you look at the list of runners, it's very competitive, and our dear friend Stavros, who is a great strength of the Dragon fleet, says that in his last 20 years of sailing dragons, on paper this is the most competitive Edinburgh Cup that he can remember. So we're looking forward to some really good stuff, which is great, and that after all is what makes a championship. And I slightly predict, and everyone sort of frowns, but that the winner will actually have a surprisingly high score, because I think that the competition will be so strong. The racing is different to what we've been doing in the South Coast. South Coast has been very short races of about 60 minutes, quick turnarounds, and we're off again within 12 minutes. The Edinburgh Cup is much longer. We're looking at 2-hour races, and so only 2 a day. We've been running 3. Different style, more beats, real sort of tests of stamina as well. And so very different style. But Dragon can take it, so can the competitors, and less socialising, more racing, and the weather is slightly changing. There's going to be a little bit more wind, not tomorrow, on Wednesday morning, but thereafter there'll be slightly stronger winds. We're going down to Neeps. I specifically chose this week, starting in Springs, going down to Neeps, so it'd be fairer for the international visit, or just our visitor, even from places like Abersock, Barnum, and the Medway. So I think it'll be a very different competition and great fun.
Wonderful. We'll look forward to catching up with you later in the week and finding out how things are going with the Edinburgh Cup. And congratulations on the South Coast Championship.
Thank you very much.